The history of Indian philosophy cannot be studied easily like the Western systems because of a lack of records. But there is plenty of evidence to suggest that the age of the Upanishad in India is filled with the resounding vibrance of inquiry and gave rise to some of the greatest ideas conceived by humankind. As T.S. Eliot observed, the great philosophers of India make most of the European philosophers look like schoolboys. Welcome to episode 7 of A Beginner's Guide to Hinduism. In this, we will take a brief look at the systems of philosophy that arose in ancient India. Thanks for tuning into the Vedanta channel, in which I present ideas from Hinduism, the world's oldest religion, and Vedanta, the spiritual heart of Hinduism. The essence of the Upanishad was that the final realization or truth was the Atman or the Self, and that a search after it was our highest duty. Until we are merged in this truth, we can only feel this truth. We remain dissatisfied with everything else until we feel it. The Hindus therefore classify the systems of philosophy into two classes. The first that takes its sanction from the truth of the Veda and by inclusion the Upanishad, and the second which rejects the authority and the ideas of the Veda. They are named the Astika and the Nastika schools. The Nastika or heterodox schools, which rejected the Veda, are many in number, but only three are principally important. The Ajnana school offered that truth is unknowable and full knowledge unattainable. This school of agnosticism later merged into Buddhism. The Ajivika school declared an absolute determinism and a complete absence of free will. The world is a ball of string that has already unrolled, they said. With the preference for Emperor Ashoka for Buddhism, which was the main rival of the Ajivika school, this school faded into obscurity. The Jaina tradition maintained by Tirthankaras or teachers of Dharma is considered as old as the Vedic traditions. It was founded by the first Tirthankara of this age, sage Rishabhanatha. Bhagavan Mahavira was the 24th and last Tirthankara of this age. Although the Jainas did not accept the Veda, they were believers in the Atman and introduced Anekantavadam or relativism and Ahimsa or non-violence, concepts adopted by the Vedic schools over time. Buddhism, founded by the Buddha, was based on the principles of karma, cyclical change, and causation. It describes the world as filled with suffering for those who haven't realized the non-existence of the self. For this reason, it was called Anattavadam or Shunyatam in ancient times. Sarvam Dukkham, Sarvam Kshanikam. All is suffering, everything exists only from moment to moment, said Bhagavan Buddha. The Charvaka tradition predates Buddhism and based itself on materialism and rationalism. They were also hedonists. Heaven lies in eating delicious food and keeping the company of young women. Death is moksha, said the Charvakas. They survived till around 1000 AD and were slaughtered for their atheistic beliefs, along with the Buddhist monks, by the earliest Muslim invaders of the Indian subcontinent. The Astika Madam or orthodox schools are 6 in number. Together they are known as Shaddarshana. The word darshana was used to denote philosophy. It means to see. Each school typically had a founder who authored a sutra or a collection of aphorisms. The sutra was an interpretation of the Upanishad and established the doctrines for the school. Sankhya Pravachana Sutra is attributed to sage Kapila, who is described as the first philosopher of humankind. It is based on rationalism and dualism. Creation is a process of evolution driven by a continuous cycle of cause and effect. Two parallel realities, Prakriti or matter and Purusha or consciousness, form the backdrop to this cycle. The sage Kapila portrays this interplay as a lame Purusha which cannot move on its own, being carried on the shoulders of Prakriti, which is blind and cannot see. Consciousness is carved into tiny pieces and distributed among sentient life forms, which are made of matter or Prakriti. Thus, every Purusha is distinct and different from the other, and all matter is a combination of the Pancha Mahabhuta, or the 5 great elements, which make up Prakriti. The Yoga Sutra is attributed to sage Patanjali. The position of the Yoga school is almost the same as the Sankhyan school, except that it acknowledges a God, Ishvara, as separate and different from Atman. It places heavy emphasis on the practice of yoga for the achievement of samadhi or liberation. Mimamsa comes from the root to think rationally. It is not quite a proper system of philosophy. Rather, it is a code of principles that prescribe how the Vedic texts are to be interpreted for purposes of rituals. Its most notable contribution is the standardization of the rules for debate. It is divided into lower and upper schools, founded by Jaimini Maharishi and Kumarila Bhatta. The Nyaya school, founded by sage Akshapada Gautama, focused on pure logic and reason. Objectivity can exist regardless of whether the subject or an observer exists, they said. Vaiseshika school's founder is sage Kashyapa. Its driving principles are atomism and naturalism. They offered that the world was built from minuscule blocks called Parama Anu, or small atoms, and described it as a network of interdependent effects. This school is perhaps the closest to the modern physical sciences. Vedanta is the oldest extant school of Hindu philosophy. Vedanta's Brahma Sutra is attributed to sage Vyasa. The Vedanta school is further divided into 6 sub-schools. While all of them take their sanction from Prasthanatrayi, the triple canons of Upanishad, Brahma Sutra, and the Bhagavad Gita, they differ in definitions of the relationship between Atman or self and Brahman or God. Advaita Vedanta is a system that declares Atman to be one and the same as Brahman. Dvaitam means two, and Advaitam is a negation of Dvaitam to mean not two but one. The great guru of Advaita Vedanta is Sri Adi Shankaracharya, perhaps the greatest Indian to have lived. The founder of the Shankaracharya order of monks, Sri Shankara authored the Brahma Sutra Bhashya, a commentary on the Brahma Sutra. This became the basis for the Vedanta system. All other schools in the Hindu darshana acceded to the authority of Shankara's explanations of Vedanta and faded after his arrival. They now exist only in pockets of Indian academia. A few hundred years after Shankara arose great gurus such as Sri Ramanujacharya and Sri Madhavacharya. Tradition had it that in order to found a school, the founder was required to author a commentary on the Brahma Sutra. Ramanuja's Sri Bhashya and Madhava's Brahma Sutra Bhashya were extraordinary for their sharp questioning of Shankara's interpretations. Thus, Ramanuja established the Vishishta Advaita school, which accepts the non-dualism of Shankara but allows for the theistic worship of Ishvara as the manifest Brahman. Madhava's Dvaita Vedanta declared Atman and Brahman to be distinctly separate, and hence the name Dvaitam. Many of us are familiar with the ISKCON movement of today, which traces its roots to the Bhakti movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They belong to the Achintya Bheda Abheda Vedanta school, rooted in Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Another Vedanta school in the Bheda Abheda tradition is Dvaita Advaita order, founded by Sri Nimbarka. Shuddha Advaita Vedanta, founded by Sri Vallabha nearly 1,000 years after Shankara, is another sub-school of Vedanta. In more recent times, the Swami Narayana Sampradaya has emerged as a school of Neo-Vedanta. With the exception of Advaita Vedanta and Neo-Vedanta, all other Vedanta schools are rooted in the Vaishnava traditions of theism. The crucial point to take away from all of this is that philosophy was not merely a matter of academic interest in ancient India. The goal of a darshana was twofold: Atyantika Dukkha Nivritti, or a cessation of human suffering, and Paramananda Prapti, or lasting happiness. It is towards the pursuit of these quintessential human goals that all of Indian philosophy was directed. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked what you heard, do consider subscribing to the Vedanta channel and sharing it with others like you who may be interested.